Hey guys, welcome to the Wacky session. I'm Yoshio Teru Gensi himself, and this whole coma thing is becoming an absolute nightmare. I'm tired of being knocked out from a JPEG of Mario the Lost levels. The only thing that can make this worse is... Well, it's October of 2010, and 2D platformers are on the rise thanks to games like New Super Mario Bros., and Sonic wanted a taste of that too. Except he already had a taste of that. But no, we need to cash in on nostalgia here. What is a number that we never used in the Sonic franchise yet? Man, I fucking hate X-mobile games. Oh, what do you mean it used to be a mobile game? Well, I have no life and I notice shit like this in games. So, like any normal Sonic game, Robotnik is doing something bad, and you have to stop him, collect the Chaos Emeralds, bada bing, bada boom, you beat the game, wow. But, what makes it shit? Gee, I don't know. The controls are pretty shit. Man, these are so bad. It takes forever for Sonic to speed up normally. But don't worry, you could use the spin dash. And it is way too fast. Like, I know that spin dashes are supposed to be fast and picks up speed, but man, this thing is crazy. It's like Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic Labyrinth all over again. So bullshit fast. Like, unrealistically bullshit fast. But that's such a little nitpick, and Sonic is called Sonic, so Spin Dash would have to be fast. Fuck you, man! And possibly one of the worst part about this game is the fact that they added the homing attack in this game. Why does the homing attack need to be in a 2D game? It makes sense for a 3D game because it was hard to land jumps on enemies in a 3D space. So yeah, that makes sense. But no, you don't need it in a 2D game, man! You can already land jumps just fine on them when you're in a 2D space, because there's one less axis to worry about. So fuck you, we don't need this shit. And tell me why there's entire sections of levels that are dedicated to this crap. You have to mash the button to go across an absurdly large pit. This isn't a 3D game. It just feels like filler. And why did you bring back 3 acts per zone? We don't need this shit, bro. And don't even get me started on the special stages. How are they worse than Sonic 1 special stages when they are rip-offs of Sonic 1 special stages? So instead of the special stage rotating on its own and you have to control Sonic with it by jumping around and all that crap, you instead rotate the special stage yourself. But the controls are ass! And the level design isn't much better. Like, whose idea was this? Dimps? Oh, so that's why it sucks ass. It wasn't even made by Sega in-house. But then again, Dimps made some good Sonic 2D platformers. Like, look at the Sonic Rush series. What did they do? I think it might have been rushed out for a cash grab of nostalgia. So maybe it is Sega in-house's fault. Oh no, not this dark place again, and this time there's not even any cool memories.
Yeah, what's up, my gang?
Wait, what are you doing back here again?
It's only the beginning.
Alright, so maybe I just need to calm down here. Maybe, even though that the controls are really bad, maybe the zones will make up for it all. It might have great art design, it might have great level design other than the stupid homing attack sections. But starting us off here, we got Splash Hill Zone. I know that I usually defend Green Hill Zone clones, but this one just isn't good. It's not like Emerald Hill or Angel Island or anything like that. This just feels like a worse version than what we got in Sonic Generations later on. And the boss fight is literally just a good old ball and chain from Sonic 1. I'm just so happy. Next, we got Casino Street Zone. It's your average casino level from any other Sonic game, but this time it has really bad gimmicks. Like, what is this? Whose idea was this? Let's just blame it on the Casino Night Zone boss from Sonic 2. Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. All the bosses better not be rip-offs of other bosses from the past. And next we got Lost Labyrinth Zone. Really, out of all the other water levels you could have ripped off, you had to rip off the worst Sonic water level to ever exist? Oh my god. No way. Is that the minecart from Donkey Kong Country? Okay, I don't think that's gonna save this zone. Really? You're ripping off the Labyrinth Zone boss? At least the boss pinch is a little bit original. It still kind of screams a little bit of a remix of the Sonic 1 final boss, but they tried here. It's sideways now. And to end it all off, we got the last traditional zone, Mad Gear Zone, which is a rip-off of Metropolis Zone. And somehow they made the bad gimmicks from Metropolis Zone even worse. Even the enemies are worse than the original. Oh, of course the boss is a rip-off of the Metropolis Zone boss fight from Sonic 2. Really? Now the true final zone here is Egg Station. Just call it the Death Egg at this point. It's literally just a boss rush. You fight the same bosses you already fought before, which are lame and easy, and then you go against the Death Egg robot, which is exactly why this should just be called the Death Egg Zone. And it has a really, basically impossible pinch mode. Now you could say it's a skill issue. It is, but I'm here to complain about it anyways, because I think this game sucks. It's a waste of your time, and it's more of a waste of my time because here I am talking about it. I can barely handle this anymore. I just want to wake up and live without talking about such a bad game. Well, at least things can't get much worse, right? Right? Speaking of covering my ears, man, I need to cover my ears when I play Sonic 4. Man, this music is so bad. It's so ass. Like, I'm fine with the idea of recreating Genesis-like songs, but why didn't it go the full way? Like, you have all the drums from the Genesis, but every other instrument is, like, weirdly recreated terribly? Like, Jun Senoue did not cook here. I'm sorry. And he was cooking for a long time, even since the Genesis era, and then just did not cook with this. And that really sucks because I love his work, especially with his work of being part of Crush 40. It's just, I don't know what happened here. I'd like to know the story behind it on how it all happened. Because man, I'm really interested to see if it was his idea to make it like this, or it was someone else's idea and they just let Jun Senoue be in charge of it all. Man, I'm just going absolutely wild right now. I just have the sudden urge to do a toe cover of Open Your Heart from Sonic Adventure. But you know what? I just need to calm down a little bit. I feel a little bit better now. Now I don't have the urge to sing Open Your Heart as Toad. But man, I have to talk about episode 2. Speaking of which, fuck you, fuck, you're not better than episode 1, fuck you, and by the way, fuck you. Well, it's May of 2012, and wanna know what we get? A sequel that nobody asked for, but everyone loves apparently. God damn, this game is overrated as hell. Like, I know that it's still not viewed as one of the all-time greats of the Sonic franchise, but mostly positive reviews on Steam. Fuck you. And I'm sorry, I mean, you know what? I'm not sorry. The gameplay physics are not better than Sonic 4 Episode 1. They are just as bad. They still feel slow. They are still fucking ass. And I can see how people think it's a good game because it's a teensy little bit better. The graphics actually look presentable, but still not good. Now it has this weird, shitty dream-like art style when it shouldn't be. I don't know how I can really describe it, but it just looks like shit still. Well, what is the reason why I hate this game just as much as Episode 1? Well, Tails got introduced. What have they done to my boy? The Tails gimmicks are just so bad. His flight lasts for 2 seconds, and you can't play as Tails alone, or Sonic alone. Wanna know why? Because you have to do some crappy teamwork power things throughout every single level, basically. It's so annoying and just makes the game slower. And you need this to defeat some bosses too. Or I guess for my case, I have to use it for skill issues. But still, Tails is the reason that I think that this game sucks. And the fact that it's still called Sonic 4 as well. Oh come on, you're supposed to be a ripoff of Sonic 2. Why did you bring back 3 acts per zone again? No, why did you keep the homing attack too? Man, this game sucks. Hey, earplugs anyone? This soundtrack still sounds like ass. And you'll never believe this, but the special stages in this game are not ripoffs of Sonic 1 special stages. No. They're ripoffs of Sonic 2 special stages. Wow. That's never been done before in the Sonic series. Okay, this version of the Sonic 2 special stages are so bad. Like, they are so slow. It takes forever just to move left to right across the entire half-pipe. Like, what did they do here? Whose idea was this? Dimps? No, but like, for real. I would rather Sonic Pocket Adventures version of the Sonic 2 half-pipe special stages. Cause that one, you know, actually controls properly. Sure, it's on an 8-bit console, so it'll kinda like suck. But at least it doesn't control really slow.
We are the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 demons.
Yeah! That's what we are!
What? No, I don't need this crap anymore. Both of you are horrible games and I will destroy you both.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah! What he said!
Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about some more crappy zones! And starting off with Sylvania Castle. From what I've seen, I don't get why some people defend this zone. They say, oh, it may be a ripoff of Aquatic Ruin Zone from Sonic 2, but it's cool because it has some gimmicks from Marble Garden Zone from Sonic 3. So therefore, it's different and totally original. Man, Sonic 4 Episode 1 pulled the same crap. It mostly ripped off one zone and then ripped off a couple more zones by taking some gimmicks out of it. So at that point, it's just like any other Sonic zone, but it's just really boring. Wanna know why? Because it's Sonic 4. And yeah, I don't really like this zone that much. Wanna know why? Because you have to use Tails' flight way too much. Like, goddamn. And since when can Tails swim while holding on to Sonic? I thought that he couldn't handle that. Oh no. Please don't tell me that you're doing a knockoff of Aquatic Ruin Zone boss. Oh, wow. The boss here is actually original. You know what? I'll give Sonic 4 Episode 2 this. It actually did an original boss. Too bad it's still boring though, and requires the Tails gimmicks. Next we got White Park Zone. Meh. This is the most meh Sonic zone I ever played, man. It's just kinda there, you know? Like, it's trying to recreate some moments from Ice Cap Zone with like some snowboarding sections, but it just doesn't have the same feel. Wanna know why? Because it has a crappy soundtrack. Then we have this bullshit Metal Sonic boss fight that I completely suck at. As usual, because I have skill issues with games, but you know what? This is like probably the hardest Metal Sonic fight I've ever been in. Like, this is actually crazy. And then clearly they were listening to my complaints, because then they made him way too easy in Sonic Generations. Next we got Oil Desert Zone. This is just another yawn zone. Basically, from what I've been seeing so far, it seems like that Episode 2 isn't a load of crap, it's really, really boring. Which means it's still a load of crap. And then, you got an extremely boring load of crap boss. Next we got Sky Fortress. It has a crappy tornado level, and that's about it. It just controls really badly because it's already Sonic 4. Then you got Wing Fortress from Sonic 2 type stages after. That's also pretty boring, and a load of crap. And then yawn, yawn, yawn. And then another bullcrap Metal Sonic boss fight? I don't know what to say about this game, man. I'm getting tired from just talking about it. And I'm talking about this at midnight. Maybe that could be the problem, too. Nah, it's definitely the game. Holy crap. The Death Egg Zone is here. What do you mean Death Egg Mark II? You really had to make yourself look original? Buddy, Mark II doesn't even make any sense. Because you already have a Death Egg in Sonic 2. Then you have a Death Egg in Sonic and Knuckles, which would technically be Death Egg Mark II. This should be called Mark III. The attention to detail here. Stop trying to look original. Also, this stage just sucks. Worst Death Egg Zone I've ever played. Plus, it has a really stupid Metal Sonic boss fight that's really unfair unless, guess what, you use the Tails gimmick and cheese it all. And then to finish it all off, we got a final boss that's kind of like a heart, but not like the heart shape, like an actual heart. Which I'll admit, it's kinda cool, but this boss kinda got dragged down a little bit because it requires the Tails gimmick to beat it. And then with that, the game ends, and the Death Egg doesn't blow up. It's almost like that there was supposed to be an episode 3 to this game. Wait. my coma. I should just blast good music. Take this!
Yeah! Ah!
How did you find one of our pet peeves?
Yeah, how?
Because you just said it.
Oh, well, either way, your good music can't beat us. It just bugs us. You know you can't defeat us, even with better music. Especially episode 2.
Yeah, I'm overrated as hell!
Wow, would you look at that? I talked about both Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 in the same episode of the outdated Gen Z. Was I supposed to mention that it was an episode? I could have sworn that I had this old rule to not mention the fact that this was an episode. You know what? I don't even care anymore. Here are my predictions to what Episode 3 could have looked like of Sonic 4. Cause that stuff got cancelled. Wanna know why? Cause the game sucked. And clearly, the mostly positive reviews of Sonic 4 Episode 2 didn't save it. Alright, so here's what happens. The zones are still rip-offs of other zones from the past. Of course they are. But this time they're mostly going to be more orientated to Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. And speaking of Knuckles, Knuckles will not be a separate playable character, but he'll be like that one Sonic Generations mission where he had to have Sonic use Knuckles to look for like treasures all around the map. Yeah, that's how Knuckles will be used. So just another crappy Tails gimmick. Plus as well, the bosses will not be original. I know that they are original in episode 2, but this time, instead of it just ripping off the bosses from previous games like episode 1, it'll still rip off the bosses from previous games, but this time it'll be absurdly bullshit hard. So then everybody will complain about it, including the people that don't have skill issues. And somehow they'll make Blue Sphere special stages really bad, and finally the music will be buzzing when his bass boosted. Wait, if this is the worst Sonic game, what's the best Sonic game? Wait, I got it! Yeah!
No way, I can't believe this!
Yeah, I can't believe it!
Sonic CD, jump scare them!
No!
Yeah, no!
It seems like you suffered enough in this coma. Oh wait, I forgot something. What the f*** are you doing back here? I forgot this copy of Garfield card for Nintendo Switch. You know it doesn't work that way, right? Joke's on my conscience. It did work! Well, with that, that's all that Sonic the Hedgehog 4 has to offer. I don't like this game. And Episode 2 is not better than Episode 1 in any way. Both of these games control absolutely horribly. You can't roll down slopes for some reason. It takes forever for Sonic to build up speed without a spin dash in Episode 1, and Episode 2 requires a bunch of crappy Tails gimmicks that feels like it should have been in Sonic Heroes, so they should have just added Knuckles to this game to make things a little bit more, you know, sensical, I guess. The bosses are either rip-offs of previous bosses or are just flat out boring. The music makes my ears bleed, literally, and plus as well, both of these episodes came out at a time when there was just nothing but 2D platformers thanks to companies like Nintendo. So, that's why I think that Sonic the Hedgehog 4, both episode 1 and 2, tied together, is the worst video game ever created. Oh, come on, man. There's so many worse games you can call the worst video game ever created. What about E.T., for example? No, E.T. was just the worst video game ever created for most people because it was just kind of confusing. This is a load of crap, and they did it to us twice, and thank God it didn't happen a third time. So, fuck you, this is the worst video game ever created. So with that, that was the hell that is Sonic 4. And hey, I'm out of my coma now. And look, all of the stuff that's new to my collection magically appeared here from my coma. Just like this copy of Garfield card on Switch. But man, One thing I never want to hear again is those horrible fake Genesis sounding songs.